What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I'm going to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about ancient aliens, right? So I want to say shout out to the History Channel, shout out to Ancient Aliens, shout out to the people who created that other show called Skinwalker Ranch. Shout out to the other people who made the other shows like Unexplained or something like that. It's basically like a new version of X Files, I would assume. I'm saying I think it's like a new version. But shout out Billy Carson. You know what I'm saying? Like it's deep. Like this gonna be a deep topic because it's like I watch Ancient Aliens. I think it's a very, very interesting show. I also watch Modern Marvels. Still on the History Channel, but a little bit different, but still in the same realm. It's just split by different realities. If that if you call it that one. But I was watching Ancient Aliens, and they got so many different episodes and stuff like that. But it's a paid show, meaning that it's still been televised to this day. I think they're currently on season 18. So when you go on YouTube to try to watch it, they only pretty much got like 3, 4, 5 minute snippets of different episodes. But you can always catch it on TV, on the History Channel and whatnot. Or you can always pay for the episodes too. You know what I mean? That's always something you can do. You can always buy the episodes as well. But yeah, Ancient Aliens is deep because I was just listening to a few different snippets, and like I said, they got this other show. I forget what it's called, it's like Unexplained or something like that, and they got like a big X like in the fucking words, something like that, Unexplained or something like that. But it's similar to Ancient Aliens. They reference Ancient Aliens a lot on that show. You know what I mean? So they got 4 episodes of that show. You know what I mean? If you want to watch that one or whatever. But if you type in Ancient Aliens, you're going to see it on there. Like I said, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like Explained or something like that, or Unexplained or something along those lines. But anyway, the show's so deep, Ancient Alien and this other show, is because like they telling you in the show that everything that they put in the history books is a complete lie. It's not what we think it is. Like all this proof, like archaeological proof. Like they got fucking fossils, bones, artifacts, ancient tombs and different stuff like that. They even like testing like the material of these different rocks and these different stones. A lot of this stuff is made out of limestone or it's made out of granite. And the funny thing about limestone is that a lot of hemp houses are made with this lime type of coating. It's like a lime mixture. It's called isosandra or something like that, where it's like a lime coating mixed with the fibers of the hemp plant, and they burn it to a certain degrees where it turns to petrified stone. You know what I mean? Like the hemp gets so strong that it's stronger than like it's stronger than stone, it's stronger than steel, it's stronger than a whole bunch of different other like metals and stuff like that. But it gets strong as like petrified stone or something like that, like that Medusa shit where she will fucking turn people into stone. Like that's how strong the fucking hemp fibers is. But basically, I'm saying that because if these entities that came from above down below, Anunnaki, you know, um, they came down and made and left back statues and made statues of themselves. A lot of them made out of granite, a lot of them made out of limestone. And the reason why I'm bringing up cannabis is because one of the processes when you making it, like the fiber and stuff, the mixture, you have to use this lime coating that goes with the hemp fibers. So it's just funny that like, you know what I mean? And then once you petrifies it, it turned the strongest petrified stone, which kind of give you like a hint that a lot of these other deities back in the day was using hemp as well as things to build because you need lime, like this certain type of lime coating. So it's pretty much, to me, that makes sense, like logically speaking, like that's like another form of key lime stone. You know what I mean? Like real talk, like you know what I mean? Like key lime, like to me, that's what it makes sense to me. Or they don't call it key lime, but like limestone. You know what I mean? Limestone is pretty much similar to like the hemp fibers and shit, because you need a certain type of lime mixture to go with the hemp. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. But they say in the show that everything that we've been taught in real life and history it's not even true. And I could believe that because I personally think that like with them uncovering all this stuff and with very powerful astrophysicists like Billy Carson and other brethren out there, you know what I mean? Some people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, you know what I mean? But just there's powerful brethren out there. That's on the level. Me personally, I like Billy Carson better, you know what I mean? And it's not trying to compare him or give him a go against each other, nothing like that. It's just I like how he explain his information, and I like how he carry himself while he do it. You know what I mean? Like he just bring a different swag to this science shit. You know what I mean? And it's just interesting. But Billy Carson, he compares the stuff with actual science, with real like ancient text from different countries that have ancient histories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like he actually wrote a book called the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. There's still another book that's on my list that I have to get. I have to check out. You know what I'm saying? Billy Carson, the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. You probably heard of it. And he goes deep into this, so it's not just some type of spiritual religion stuff. You want to call it as actual fucking spirituality with science, with the mathematics, and with the fucking fossils and tombs and hieroglyphics and all these other different markings and what would you want to call it, like art, or you know what I'm saying, just different forms, or like codes, you know, different forms of like proof that it was ancient beings here. You see what I'm saying? And I personally think when I listen to this shit on Ancient Aliens and that other show, that I'm really starting to think that what if the history that we've been taught, like what if that was just like human history type shit, like, or that was like human history they wanted us to go with to cover up the ancient history that we really have as humans. Because you got to think about it, as humans, we really, you know what I'm saying, were created from different hominids and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep in it. Like I said, I'm still doing my research as well, so I don't want to tell you the wrong stuff. But I know for a fact we was created from different hominids, and around the Tower of Babel incident, you know, our so-called creators or progenitors, I guess they seen that we were getting too smart and we were surviving longer than they thought they would, that they thought we could. That's why they say back in biblical days, Moses and Jesus and all these type of people, they was living for thousands and thousands of years and shit like that because we had a certain different type of DNA. And I'm also starting to think like, what if the Bible was rewritten as in a form of like basic human history to keep pushing that narrative of history, like this is your true history, this really what happened, but really that's a cover up to cover up the ancient history that we really have as galactical beings on this earth. You see what I'm saying? Because there's so much proof, uh there's so many there's so much different proof of UAPs, which is AKA UFOs, you know, unidentified aerial phenomenon or unidentified flying object, you know, different stuff like that. It's already proof of that, especially back in the Nazi regime with Hitler. They already kind of showed that they was working with tall white grays and conjuring up, using occult magic to conjure up certain energies to get these fucking these entities on the planet. You see what I'm saying? Like EB, extra biological entities. You know what I mean? And it was this other one, this other fucking entity that Aleister Crowley conjured up. It was called Ian or something like that. You know, to get these fucking get this ancient knowledge and shit from. But these are like I think they like reptilians or like draconians or something, like the little gray ones with the big eyeballs and shit. You know what I mean? Those not even the most ancient deities, but if you they like so negative that if you conjure up a certain amount of negative energy or negativity, bam, you know what I mean? Then you know what I mean. Then you would be able to access these beings and shit, and that's what Hitler and them did. So even in that time period, back in the 1940s and all that shit, World War II, Operation Paperclip, they've kind of been kind of showing that you know, it was motherfucking aliens going on, but they just kind of tried to cover it up and tried to put it with the man-made, you know, basic human history. But like I said, with these shows out nowadays, like Ancient Aliens and different stuff like that, and with the astrophysicists and the science that we got, you know, James Webb Telescope and all these different things that we have now, to kind of prove what we're saying. You got fossils and just all this archaeological proof as well. It's so many different types of proof. You know what I mean? And it's just like I'm starting to think that now, like what if all the stuff that they've been teaching us is so-called history? Like, what if it's history, but it's like a dumbed down history? You know what I mean? Like a watered down history to take you away from your ancient roots, to take you away from your cosmic roots, to take you away from your spirituality and shit. So you can't access that. That's what they call it, the junk DNA. So you can't access that part of your mind. You can't access that part of your body. You see what I'm saying? And like I was saying during the Tower of Babel incidents, the so-called Anunnaki or whatever, you know, the guys that came from above down below, I guess they seen we was getting too smart, and they wanted to change our fucking lifespan, so they changed it down to like 120. So the longest a human can actually live on this earth is 120 years old because of that incident that really happened. And this is in ancient tablets, and Billy Carson talks about this. Like I said, I don't know all the full details and all that, but I know the premises of the basis enough to explain it to you guys. But you have to go do your own research and look into it yourself, because like I said, I'm doing my own research and this on this stuff now. It's just I thought it'd be interesting to talk about because it just making me think, like, which is critical thinking. And that's why they took critical thinking out the textbooks. A lot of textbooks they took critical thinking out, and a lot of subjects they took critical thinking out because they don't want you to think critically, because a critical thinker that triumphs anything else that they're trying to teach you, because they critically getting you to think, and then you start thinking like, damn, so why did they have us even do this? So why did they even have us do that? They just start opening a different can of worms that these people ain't ready for, so to speak. You know what I mean? Figuratively speaking. You know what I mean? So it just made me think like, damn, like they could with the ancient aliens and shit. I could tell that shit not fake because these people, come on, they go to school, get PhDs, masters, and bachelor's degrees and all this shit to really break down this real science about these ancient artifacts and these ancient beings and these ancient stones and statues and shit that we had. These people ain't just wasting their time doing this shit. So I know that they speaking some real true shit, and the fact that this shit, a lot of this shit been covered up, and a lot of people keep saying we don't have concrete proof, meaning we don't have the physical proof, but we do got physical proof because, like I said, archaeological proof. Excuse me, the motherfucking DNA proof, because DNA is still a living thing, and DNA is a form of proof. It's just more like biological proof. You see what I mean? So you got different proofs in all different forms, but you got different skeptics. We don't have concrete proof and all that because they don't want this type of shit to get out. They want to keep trying to cover it up. But like I said, watching Ancient Aliens and all these different type of shows and shit like that, it just opened up my mind and really make me think, like, is the history that we've been told just like a dumbed down form of man-made history that actually really happened, but just more forced down our throat so we can focus on that, so we can kind of forget, the real history that took place on this planet. That's, like I said, proof is everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's really starting to make me think, like, stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Just a little video to put on y'all mind. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon.